For this morning, we're already tracking that next weather maker that will be moving into the southeast. It's going to be a cold front that's going to cause a lot of problems around places like Texas and Oklahoma for later today. They're looking at some very strong winds and potential for tornadoes later on this afternoon. And this system's going to begin to slowly move over towards the east. Our days to watch out for are going to be late Thursday and really the first half of the day on Friday. So let's go ahead and start you off with Thursday evening, because most of this is going to be closer to midnight. We're going to be about a 1 out of 5 for that severe threat level, so not everyone's going to be looking at the worst of the storm on Thursday, but on Friday, this is why we have a weather warn day issued for you guys. Many of us across the midstate are at a 2 out of 5. That means that tornadoes are going to be possible out there, although I don't think they're going to be entirely likely across most of the area, as we'll talk about in just a second. And that strong wind is going to be something big to watch out for on that day. And the impacts are going to be there for just about everyone. Like I was saying, that wind could be upwards of about 50 miles per hour, which is considered damaging wind gusts for a few isolated spots. But most of us on average are going to see our highest wind gust around 40 miles per hour, which still is very strong. And even though it's not considered damaging, it could still be enough to cause some damage out there. Now, when it comes to the tornado threat, that is going to be low for that day. It can't be completely ruled on out, but because of the timing, because this is going to be moving in during the morning, that is not necessarily going to be your biggest thing to watch out for. One thing that is going to be underrated with this system is going to be the heavy rain. A lot of us are going to be looking at this, worrying about that tornado threat and that wind threat, but the rain we could see on that day is going to be something very big to watch out for, because a lot of us could see more than a full inch of rain in a matter of just a handful of hours. I'm looking at potentially 1, maybe even 1.5 inches of rain in between the middle of the morning on Friday and the early part of the afternoon. And we haven't really seen that much rain in a very short amount of time like this really all year. So the other things you have to watch out for is going to be those wind gusts. Like I mentioned, 40 miles per hour out there. The storms will be at their worst in the later part of the morning hours before they begin to calm down in the early part of the afternoon. And that heavy rain is still going to be there for your commute on Friday if you do need to drive into work on that day. Here's going to be a quick look at the 10-day forecast beyond Friday. Now, again, we do have a weather warn day issued for that day, but we are looking all clear through the end of next week. And now here's going to be a quick look at your fish and game forecast brought to you by Harrison's Body Shop. The best time to get out there is going to be around 1:20.